All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. As you can clearly see, this is a actual brawl with Cam Newton. Cam Newton, former NFL player. His best highlights has been with the Carolina Panthers. He actually went to the Super Bowl. You know, he was a good ass quarterback. I remember I did a video on it. I'm gonna try to look for that video too. Disrespectful little nigga, cause I think the little nigga, Cam Newton is known for doing these football camps, trying to get the inner city kid out of their situations and give them something to extend their talent and so forth. And there's a reason why I'm doing this show, because it goes back to the other video a couple years back. And to say, I gotta say like this, shout out to him for trying to give little Negroes a chance. However, the shit always comes back to bite you, because we have all right, let's break it down like this. The reason why there's football camps and a lot of these NFL players go back and pick these kids up and all this other shit is for two reasons. Man, actually more than two, but one reason, because they care. Another reason, well, like I said, there's more. Another reason is because if they find any star out of them, they will get they'll get money off of that. Basically, they'll get like an endorsement. The other reason which is malicious, because this is why not having a father in a household does. And this is why a lot of single parent home, because you notice when you watch sports, I watch a lot of football. But when you watch sports, any sort, draft, NBA, NFL, you will see the potential star, and the potential star always have his mother with him. And his mother, she's going to take all the credit, everything, because she was there for him and all sorts of things. And this is what an former NFL player / mentor comes along, and he's guiding this particular prospect to become a superstar on another level. So it's seemingly to be honorable, but it's not. There's very malicious things behind that, but we're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is pretty much niggas are fucking animals. All right? Niggas are straight up animals. Here it is, this man is trying to break up a fight, right, between two young men. Let me put the volume down. Slakia. Put the volume down. And here he is. He's trying to break it up. And here comes this other nigga coming swinging. So yeah, going back to the other kid that I was speaking of. What he said to Cam Newton some disrespectful shit of he was washed up. And basically kid was trying to say that he's the next thing. No NFL team is not gonna hire Cam Newton, and all this dumb shit. That braggadocious, because the little nigga realized he got skills, and some recruiters are looking at him. So he find himself disrespecting somebody that was a high level player in the NFL, a very high level player in the NFL. All right, He went to the Super Bowl. So you see why we say certain things. For all you men out there that like to get with women that have children, stay the fuck away from them. This is what monsters come about. They're unappreciative. All right. I remember being young and having that chip over my shoulder, not having my father around, and looking at everybody as a potential threat. Well, not a threat, but just as like fuck you attitude, because you feel it, you know. And sometimes you're blessed to have your uncles, your cousins, male figures in your life that can I guess compensate, but it doesn't really work because you always need your father, and this is the product of Esau's doing by destroying the household. You have young men that are highly disrespectful to the generations before them. Like there's no level, no respect at all. All right, at all. And the scripture says, let me get that real quick. As always, I just go with the flow. Hoary head. Leviticus, and this is the law. This is the law. It says, thou shalt raise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear the Most High. I am the Lord. Let's look up the word hoary. Hoary head is, the Hebrew word is shayabah. Shayabah. Age, gray hair, hoary head, old age, gray hair, hoary head, old age. So when you see a man that has gray hair, you supposed to honor and respect that man because he's considered to be an elder. All right, not an elder in the faith, but an elder. And in today's environment, nobody has no respect for anybody. All right. I was talking to the elder brother, Sabar. He was telling about a story. He always got stories about the subway in New York City. But basically, him and his daughter was in the subway, and these young niggas being young niggas, and they just being disrespectful in front of the man. And he had to kind of check him. And he's like, well, I always got to be the one to check these guys. Because the spirit, is the spirit. I just bring up that story because these young niggas, like I said, back in my time when I was younger, we had respect for our elders. Whoever's older than you, you show the utmost respect. Even though they're disrespectful, you show the utmost respect because they've been in the earth longer than you. One. The other reason, because they have more experience than you. Okay? And that was a way, that was tradition. That's the way of things to go. But now we live in a time where nobody shows no sort of respect to anyone. All right? None whatsoever. Like, we have gotten to the point of complete dishonor amongst everybody. Proverbs, I always got to bring this out, 30 and 12 or 11. It says, 11, there's a generation that curses their father and doeth not bless their mother. And this is that generation. They don't honor, bless their fathers. Everybody got daddy issues. And that goes back to the welfare for pushing a single parent home for all these times, which that's Esau is doing. All right, Esau came up to people's house. What it says, how that scripture says again. I know I wanted to quote it, but let me get it real quick. Timothy's. Actually, the one I'm thinking of, household. Let me see if I'm saying it right. No, I'm not thinking the right one. I know it's 1 Timothy's 5:15. It says a reproach, that the woman be not a reproach to the adversaries. Roughly paraphrasing. 1 Corinthians 5:15, it says, matter of fact, 14, I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house. And that's the key. Slocky, that was the key. It's by guiding the house. So if she's supposed to be married and guiding the house, who's part of the household? Her children. She's supposed to be able to teach her children how to conduct themselves in public. All right. Now you have women who trains these little Pookies and Ray Rays to be assassins, to be killers. You had a situation many months ago where a woman got into an argument with a grown man. I believe her son was there, or she called her son, and the son ended up killing the man. And she didn't get no charges, so it was like, and it was her fault. You know, it's because the Israelite family is completely out of order, and these are the results of that. So the young women, the women are not guiding the houses, all right. And it says, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So the adversaries who Esau Edom. So Esau Edom, roughly paraphrasing it, has got into every household, because the woman is depending on him to get by. Okay? And then when she's producing, which we all know, the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and, well, I was going to say the Jamals. There was a whole bunch of other different nigga names back in the days, the Tyrones, and, you know, they're not the Shaquan, I mean, not the Shaquan, the different nigga names, which was product, like the clone Tyrone. The clone Tyrone was, that's not because they actually cloned the same person. Nah, that was something that's built up in these young men, all right, and these young women. All right, so growing up in the hood, we all know this, that your option of heroes is limited. You don't look at the doctors and the lawyers as as a standard. You look at the drug dealers, the pushers. That's what they used to call them. I always like that. It's funny. The pusher man, the hustlers. All right. The pimps, the players. That's who you look up to. Like you hear any rap song that came out of the 90s, said my heroes was right standing outside. And that's because the family household has been broken. It says, for some are already turned aside after Satan. So many of these women, Satan crept up in there. All right. And this is part of the results of that. Matter of fact, let me get my other favorite. Oh, since I'm in Proverbs, I ain't gonna make this too long. Hit some couple points. Proverbs 14:1, it says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. And they produce nothing but foolish women. Women that rather get pregnant by Pookies and Ray Rays and put his ass in child support and call it a career. All right. And then what she does, she just mass produces animals, man. Job 14:1, it says, man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. And there's no amount of money, amount of time and amount of effort to saving these young niggas, because they become a product of their environment. And that was a terminology for my time. Product of our environment. Okay? It was like we was in between the lost generation and the generation that had promise. And a lot of that generation became wicked. Flat out. It says back in Proverbs 30:11, there's a generation that is that curseth their father, and doeth not bless their mother. There's a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There's a generation, oh how lofty they are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. So these are the fruits of those generations that failed. All right, because it was all fun and games back in those times. Oh, we used to have fun, this, that, to the third. But what did you instill to your children? Did you build up your children's foundation? Matter of fact, Scripture says about sparing the rod, right? Let me get that real quick. It's in Proverbs. It says, Proverbs 13:24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son. So you have a lot of, matter of fact, there's more. No, just keep it to this point. It says, he that spareth his rod hateth his son. So you have a lot of men who raise up children to be their friends, not their children. You have a lot of mothers also don't chastise their children. Okay? This is why you had the young woman that was crying. I believe it was on, I don't think it was on TikTok. She did a video and she was talking about teaching the young girls ballerina. And she was playing what, Princess something, I don't know, something for ballerina. And they wanted to hear Pound Town. These little girls wanted to hear Pound Town. And she said every time she tried to correct these young women, or not even women, these young girls, they say like, you're not my mama. So you have a whole generation that's completely disrespectful. Because what? The generation of old didn't discipline them. All right? Scripture says, in fact, let me see if there's a precept to that one. It should be self-will. I'm thinking of. Basically, matter of fact, let's go. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. So if you love your child, you will correct your child. Proverbs 8:36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. Wrongeth his own soul. Let me see. It says, chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. So you gotta chastise these children, because these children is an extension of yourself. So there's no reason. There should be no fucking camps for NFL and so forth. The parent is supposed to be teaching that. Matter of fact, there's a video that was circulating of how men that know was basically telling that when you send your child to school, pretty much you just gave your child the rights to the school. So that's why you need permission to get your child out of school, because they're no longer your children. All right, they're no longer your children, but they come from your loins, because it all goes back to what? You're a product of the system. All right, which is a whole nother subject, but they're not your children after a period of time, and they're supposed to be an extension of yourself. Okay, it says Proverbs 22:15, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, which is true. We all remember when we was children how stupid the things that came on our mind. But the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. And those rod of correction, physical beatings, that scares you to do right. All right? And to flush it out. You have a beast, you have to beat that beast. Okay? Unless you want that beast to destroy everything, and then including yourself. It says, Proverbs 23:13. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. And you want to know why majority of these fucking kids get killed? Because they are not being corrected at home. There's no way in hell any young man is supposed to act a fool like that. You supposed to admire. I hate to say it though. If a man's taking his time to teach you something, to hone your skills so you could be on a level like he is, you supposed to respect that. You supposed to look back at it and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna be better, which is a driving force. But you supposed to honor and respect that. But they don't respect that because the simple fact is they're like the scripture said, a bunch of brute beasts. Proverbs 23:14, that shall beat him with the rod and shall deliver his soul from hell. And that's why a lot of these kids, they're not delivered from hell. Hell doesn't mean you're going down with the devil. You're going to be put in the grave. All right, real quick, Jeremiah 9:24. No, Jeremiah 9:20. It says, yet hear the word of the Lord, O you women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. So another factor, we read a lot about the sons, but the daughters as well. Right? Your daughter's not supposed to go out there looking like a fucking whore. All right? She's not supposed to just come up with, she does whatever she wants. There's a great spirit of rebellion in every generation. Every generation is more rebellious than the last generation. Look it up. All right? Look it up. Every generation is just some weird odd. They just completely degenerates compared to the last generation. They just get worse and worse throughout the process of time. It says, for death has come unto our windows, and is into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets. And this is why there was a thing in the past. If you made it to the age of 18, you celebrated that. Sad, right? But that's the life of an Israelite young man. Okay? It's gotten to the point where if you make it to the age of 15 or 16, you saying something. So we live in a sad fucking world because of the simple fact is we under them curses, and this is the results of it. Real quick, I know this one got it in there. It says Amos 7:17. It says thy wife shall be. It says thus saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, which we now realizing that. This is talking about now, Apostle Paul coined it beautifully. That's talking about really now. You could clearly see these women are nothing but prostitutes, whores. All right. In order to talk to them, you gotta have to cash app them. You know, everything's for sale, and they want to live a luxurious life of no responsibility. They don't want to do nothing for it. They want the money. Okay, so if the women are whores and you pregnant these whores, what do you think is gonna happen? And it says, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, which it is right now. All right. So the reason why these fucking bullets be finding young men and women, babies and so forth, because we sin against the Lord, and the scriptures clearly tells you whoever perishes being innocent. All right, who dies being innocent? No one. Everybody sin. Everybody did something in their previous life and past that get that judgment. Okay. So these little brute beasts, these animals, scripture tells you, I'm not gonna get it. Second Ezra, the 4th or the 5th chapter, talking about women shall bring forth monstrous children. All right, birth defects, and so, even though they could be born in a normal sense, before the immunity shots that they get and so forth, and the lead and all that stuff. They could be normal, but their behavior speaks volume. That something up there is not correct. So they nothing but monsters. Monsters produce monsters. Okay? Monsters produce monsters. It's sad, but it's necessary because there's that generation, and then there's the blessed generation that knows better, that keeps the traditions of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So basically, there's a lot of wickedness in this world, but there's a glimmer of light, and that glimmer of light is the followers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the followers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will never conduct themselves in that manner. Scripture tell you how you conduct yourself. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it off on this then. Second Peter 3 and 8. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get to the point. Okay. Second Ezra 3 and 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, all this materialistic things that people, they got the concept of chasing a bag, which is stupid. Why would you chase something that got holes in it? All right. Like you never before, back in the days you had niggas making money because it was selling drugs and so forth. But now you have a whole generation of schemers or scammers, man. These niggas never work a day in their life. They never know a 9 to 5. All of them scamming. All right, they all scamming, stealing, and they're getting themselves into but they have a certain type of lifestyle that they don't even know how to conduct themselves in. And they driving, they doing everything that the previous generations were doing in their wickedness. All right. So all that shit that they chasing them back, all this other BS that you thriving in your life to do, you're going to come to find out all of that is worthless. Every last one of it. That shit didn't mean nothing. Because all of it is going to burn. Every last one of it. Niggas fight for the most minute thing. Well, all of that is going to be burnt up. Cars, buildings, blocks, okay? Clothing. You kill each other for worthless clothing. All right? All of that is going to be dissolved. When those nuclear missiles hit, all of it gone. Like none of this shit matters. And that's a problem with, Jake. Jake has a, not only a slow attention span, they have no vision. They can't see beyond their carnal mind. Because they're carnal. They're a bunch of rebel based. They're carnal. They don't see beyond the glitz and the glamour. And if they knew what's coming, in reality, if they knew what was coming, they might change their tone, but the Lord don't want that. He don't want them to know. We tell you people all the time what's gonna happen, and some people take it serious, and a lot of people don't take it. They think this is a joke. So all your hopes and dreams is gonna flourish, is gonna be burnt up with America. All right. It says, "What manner of person are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" So not just talking in God speak, it's living a righteous life. All right? A righteous life. That's the only option. Because when it's all said and done, the unrighteous is going to be burnt up. All these wicked, evil gremlins, these Pookies and Ray Rays and, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the worst of the worst. These scam artists, these whores, these pimps, players, drug dealers, which are witches, whoremongers, false prophets, false brethren, all of that is going to be burnt up. The only thing to do is to live a godly life, which, hey, they're not going to live that godly life anyway. Because there was, like the scripture says, many are, the Lord is going to spare only a few of his grapes. But some were born for nothing. All right, and no matter how many people come and try to save these young niggas, you know, try to aid them and guide them to be better, some of them just lost causes, yo. Straight up. You know, it takes a while to understand that, but a lot of these young guys, young girls, old men, old girls, a lot of them just, they was born for nothing, you know? And I'm just quoting the scriptures. A lot of these people were just born for nothing. Look at this shit. This guy's trying his best to aid you mother effers, and to come to turn around, you guys are trying to fight him. You know, he's trying to help you to get to the next level, and this is how you guys were paid. So there was seemingly it was two young men trying to fight each other. He was trying to break it up. He said, and one person said, these kids are disrespectful and ungrateful, and wonder why people don't want to do anything for them. And that's a fact. All right, that's a fucking fact, yo. So our youth are in trouble. No, they just in trouble. It's not, you can't claim them mother effers. Says, shout out to Cam's Top Hat. This is why these celebrities should help from a distance. And that's exactly what Charleston White was trying to tell Cam. You can't help the ones that don't want help. And a lot of people fucking lost causes, man. You know, let's be real. Let's be honest, man. A lot of these young men and women, and they know it. They know it. You could tell, you know, we try to be, what's that word I'm looking for? Be positive and try to give people hopes. But sometimes, you know, in the spirit, like, yeah, you're just a lost cause. Like, hey, that's what is a number of 2/3. 2/3, when you look at a pie or a circle and take out 2/3, that's a lot. So there's a lot of useless ass people out there. All right, there's a lot of useless ass people. You know, people are humorous about the his hat, but who are these kids' parents? Horrendous parenting for them to think fighting an adult, fighting a legendary player makes sense, and that's a fact. And obviously the mama's gonna come and is like, oh, you hit my son, and that's that to the third. Like, they're not gonna take no fucking accountability. This is why we stay the fuck away from them. You see these young niggas are like, yo, let me get the fuck away from this shit. They got no respect. They smoke weed now. You know, they've been smoking weed, but they'll blow. You know, it's disgusting, man. We need a cleanse, yo. We can get the fuck out of here. You know? But, you know, Lord willing, your brothers will edify. I'll look for the other video. It's just a lost cause, man. 2/3 of these niggas are just lost. That being said, shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.
Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You asked. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? Where's your dad? Nah, ain't no disrespect. You know, if you wanted some attention, I'm gonna give you some attention. The right way, bro. The right way. When do y'all play? We play tomorrow. What was y'all record today, then? 1-2. No, 2-1. What did you do? No, I wasn't able to see because y'all was too. Cameras on me. All right, bro. What did he do, man? Does he play?
He got speed.
He got speed.
No, he's let him speed.
Oh.
You gonna see.
Huh?
You gonna see.
Nah, you ain't, don't act shy. Nah, bro. Don't act shy. I'm asking. I don't want to see. I couldn't see today.
You gonna watch YouTube. Bro, you watch YouTube. I know you do. You
Cafeteria crocs, man. Stop.
What you do?
No, I'm really trying to ask you. Like, I'm trying to see like what you do.
We do that shit for real though.
I'm like
We rep that 215.
205?
215.
205. Okay, cool. Bro. I'm just like, please don't be one-dimensional. Like you said something to me, then I'm really trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to like crack no jokes. I'm just really trying to ask a simple question, bro. I'm sorry. It's your fault why everybody's looking, but I'm really just trying to ask a question. But you never said what you did. You said you gonna see.
Yo, at the end of the day, right?
No, coach, it's no disrespect.
No,
I
I
promise you
get
it's no
it.
disrespect.
I get that. But this is what I mean.